huge moves every time we have any news on that stock, and that's really interesting. It moved already 5% on Friday when the FDA commissioner signaled a crackdown on unauthorized compounded GLP-1 medications, an extra 8% this morning. So big moves there. Of course, it's very important because the pill is crucial for Novo Nordisk. We know they've been facing tough competition. Also, they announced this guidance that disappointed investors last week. They see the sales down between 5 and 13% in 2026. But they said they need to grow volume because they've seen this price erosion because of competition. So they need to grow volume. And the pill that they've just launched, the very first weight loss pill that's been on market, has been a big success, as you just heard in that sound from last week from the CEO. So they say, and they also said that about 90% of people that take the pill take the smallest dosage, which gives them an indication that there are new patients on weight loss treatments. That allows them to grow the market rather than cannibalize into the injections. So they say it's a really important launch because also we know that their competitor will launch their own pill later this year. So they have this first mover advantage that they had on injections a few years back, and they have to win some of these market shares now. So the entry of this potential new compounded pill was a big deal for them potentially. Now it has been taken away. But of course, a lot of people are watching this because they had that issue with injections. You remember they had a problem of supply on the injections, and that's why pharmacies were allowed to create those compounded drugs because of shortage in supply. Then when the quantities came back online, the pharmacies were not allowed to create those compounded drugs anymore. But they still say that about 1.5 million patients are still on those compounded drugs when it comes to injections in the US. So it takes a lot of time to crack down on this further down the line once they've been authorized. Of course, this one hadn't been authorized yet because there's no supply shortage. And the CEO, actually speaking to Mad Money last week, said that he was confident that they wouldn't have the same issues in terms of supply with the pill, despite the success they have been facing. So really interesting to see this element around the pill, these moves, because it's quite dramatic and potentially quite important for them to win these very important market shares before you have more competition coming on the market.